Yes. First of all, I would like to make a small correction. I am pursuing the student exchange for my fifth semester. And after this, again, I will go to IIM Sambalpur for my sixth semester, and then my MBA will finish. Yes. So, like, before starting anything, I would like to congratulate Harshit, Krishna, and Yukta for this amazing website that they're running. It's a really great thing that you're doing, and it's really appreciated. So, kudos to you guys and keep it up.
Thanks a lot, Dee.
Yes.
Thank you, Dee.
Welcome.
Yeah, Dee. So now to move on to it, could you first of all just tell us about your journey, like college, MBA, everything? Like I'm sure it's very exciting. So could you please tell us about it?
Okay, so I had my 12th standard I passed out from an ICSE board and from Agra itself because I'm from Agra, and then I got economics honors in Shivaji College. After which, without taking any break, I pursued my MBA from IIM Sambalpur, and now currently I'm in my fifth semester. So that will also basically end in the next year. After that, we'll enter the corporate journey. So till now, I've continuously been a student, and only for some months now.
All right. So like I'll ask a very selfish question to like start off the entire interview. So you were the president for two societies while you prepared for MBA, and you still managed to get into an IIM. I really want to know how, because I'm just the president for the Economic Society, and it's just as if I'm like completely buried under a pile of tasks. So like, could you please tell us about that?
Actually, I really enjoyed it, but main thing would be that I had my English and my maths brushed off already, due to which I had to give a lot lesser time to CAT as compared to other people. And also, amazing team in Epitome. I had an amazing team in Epitome and amazing juniors. So, really, the workload was very less in Epitome, and FIC was equally amazing. It had a big team we had in FIC. But I just enjoyed actually doing all the work, so I could easily manage it. And yes, the main thing will be that because my mathematics was already brushed up, I could, you know, I was able to secure a decent score in CAT in spite of me very much actively present in the other committees and societies that I had.
All right. So adding on to my last question, first of all, I would also really like to request everyone once again, please turn on your cameras if possible, because otherwise it really becomes a monotonous session, and we don't want that. So adding on to that question, Shreyadi, like when did you realize that MBA is something that you want to pursue, since it's a major doubt for economic students whether to go for a master's degree or MBA?
I really had a tough time deciding between the two because uh, I liked studying economics, and it's always said that everyone is literally doing MBA. So my parents were also like that. What are you going to do? Something like you can try something different because everyone will be doing MBA only eventually. But one of the major problem uh, is that MBA opens you to a wider job opportunities, whereas MA in economics or economics fields are not yet explored or very much available in India. If you want to reach to great heights after doing something in economics, you will either have to get into best colleges, due to which like you will have to study a lot for that, and your basics in economics, even little bit higher level of economics, should be very much you know uh, on your fingertips to get into good colleges in India. And if you do not get in India, then you will have to go to colleges outside. So that is one of the major things. And if you have to go outside, then of course it's a whole lot of hardships, a lot of money you'll require. You will need full dedication to studying economics, because economics is not easy at all, but it is amazing if you want to pursue it.
Adding on to that, Didi, I have seen ki a lot of students preparing for CAT, like they prepare a lot, ki they are preparing day and night for the CAT. So, how can you tell us about more about ki, your CAT preparation days?
Yes, so actually, to be honest, I took a course from Time, and I enrolled for the April batch. So it was a weekend batch. Now I had 4 hours of classes, 4 to 6 hours of classes on Saturdays and Sundays, and it was online only. So it was from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. around. Now it was Saturday, Sunday, and I was living in PG in Delhi, right? So I would wake up and I would see literally all of my roommates. So I was living in a four-sharing room. So three of my roommates would be sleeping while I am studying. Till 2 p.m. they would be sleeping only, and I am studying. So I would, join the classes in the first month or so. After that, I could not literally join them. I would leave them on recording and then sleep. So, and eventually I literally stopped studying at all for CAT until October actually. And then I picked up speed. So in October and November, I studied very rigorously for around 15 to 20 days. And after that, I got the score that I got, which is not appreciated because it requires a lot of skills and it requires a lot of practice. But just because I literally could not study because I was seeing everyone sleeping in front of me, and I was like, "Baad mein dekhi jayegi." So it was really like that.
Great, Dee. वैसे I have a follow-up question for that. Ki, like everyone says, ki for the CAT you have to be good in verbal, or you have to be good in like aptitude. So, what is the major like thing that we have to be good in for the CAT? Ki if a student wants to prepare for that.
See, if you have to prepare for something, it's not important that you have to be good at it, but you will have to work hard for it then. Right? If you are good at maths already, then it's a very major plus point. But if you are not good, that does not mean you cannot do anything. You will have to work hard and it will take time. Also, for MBA, you have so many different exams like SNAP, CAT, then NMAT. These all exams have different, little bit different syllabus. Very minute differences are there in the syllabus, but the paper pattern is extremely different for all of them. So you actually have to figure out, some people are very good at giving CAT, but they cannot crack SNAP. Some can crack SNAP well, but they are not very much good at cracking NMAT. So you will actually, start studying, and eventually, when you give the mocks for all of these papers, you will understand what all you will require in what all of the exams. Because NMAT asks you like word meanings. So for that, in that you will have to learn the words, different words, unique words and their meanings. But CAT never asks that. So you actually have to tailor your preparation specifically for certain exams that you think you have to give. So that is how it will happen.
So I just had a related question for you, Deep. So you mentioned in one of your earlier exams that if you're not able to get into one of the prestige universities for masters in India, then you have to go abroad, which has its own set of challenges. So as you are in Korea right now for the exchange program, so how has your experience been for that?
Actually, so far it's very good, because Korea is, of course, fascinating. It's a different culture that I am altogether living. But the major thing is that study wise, I'm in my fifth semester already. So when you are majorly, this happens when you are in the second year of MBA. You you know it is all lightened up because now you have to focus only on your placement. So study wise, I'm not having any issues. So that is why I can enjoy Korea all the more. Of course, there are certain issues like if you are a vegetarian, then you will find your set of challenges there. And then there are other, but altogether it's very interactive and it's very new because you have students and you have your batchmates who are from different countries, altogether different countries. And then the culture, you get to learn their culture and anything and many new things actually. So Korea is really nice
That's
till
great to
now.
hear, the. So, this is sort of an unrelated question. So, for someone like me who's a bit illiterate when it comes to an MBA, since I'm completely focused on masters in economics, so like, could you please outline the procedure for me? Because when I talk to my friends, it just seems like there's so much. You have to give CAT, then you have 10, 12 ke marks ki weightage, you have GD, personal interview.
Hmm.
So, could you tell us about that?
So first of all, you have to start preparing for CAT. Now, when you start doing, they, the coaching institutes, or you majorly start by doing that chunk or that things which come in all of the exams. So you start doing that, and then after you have done little bit or substantially 50% of your study, you start giving mocks. Now you give mocks for snap, acceleri, kazat, nmat, cat, or various other exams which you want to appear in. Now as you give those exams, you will realize what are your speeds, what are your strengths, where are you lacking in what. So while studying, you have to give those exams and you have to understand that for nmat you need this specific skill. For snap you really need to, like, for snap you have to give 60 questions in 60 minutes. You have to answer 60 questions in 60 minutes. I think it's that only. So for that you have to learn to answer quickly, very quickly. So these things you have to tailor. So you will give mocks and then you will study, and after that comes the time when you have to give the exams. Because it's like you just have to give exam because there are too many exams and too less time. So you will give cat. Mostly cat happens first. So you give cat, you give nmat, and then all the exams you give. Now if you're very much confident that you have cracked an exam, you have to simultaneously start working on your interview skills and also the questions that they ask you. So you have to give the write up questions, the SOPs and all that you have to submit. So say for example till November you have given your cat, and basically till December and first week of January you have given all of your exams. So soon after that, if you're very much confident that yes, you have cracked some of the exam, you will start working for your interviews, your SOPs. Some colleges even ask for resumes and a bundle of your certificates, what all you have earned till now. So January, February. So from February, the best colleges will start giving shortlist, and I think CAT result is also out till that time. So the shortlist start coming, and then you apply. You agree to the shortlist, and they will, in some colleges they will ask you to fill the form in which they will have SOP. Some colleges will ask you various other questions as well. Some colleges even have one more round in between. Say for example, a write up wherein they give you a case based question, and after that they will call you for another shortlist on your interview, final interview. Now majority of the prestigious colleges, the bigger ones, they have offline interviews. The others will have online interviews. So then you give online interview. Now the interview call is, there are different weightages given: 10th, 12th, gender. Certain colleges give for extracurricular activities as well. Certain colleges also have it for what was your bachelor degree, right? Engineer, arts, commerce, what was the degree. And these all, and then job, work that is also a majority thing. So, and then the cat score, so some weightage to some. So say for example, I am Indore, it gives a very huge weightage to your 10th and 12th marks. So if you have a 9 and 9 in your 10th and 12th, it's highly likely that you will get a call from there. So there are different components according to which they compute your final score, and they give you an interview call. And then they give you an interview call, and after that also they do this weightage thing again to decide if you are finally coming to the college or not. So first list will be released, second list releases, third list, so it goes on like it happens in DU as well. So that is the entire procedure. So it's a long journey actually.
Uh, okay, Didi, that was great. But some of the students that think ki I have to prepare for CAT, they get a basic doubt ki if I have to go to the coaching institute, they have to take online coaching or offline coaching. There is a basic doubt from all the students. So can you clarify that for us?
So actually, online and offline, it completely depends on you, right? Many people take online coaching only when they are 100% sure that yes, they will work and they will do it themselves. Some people take offline, and rather, I asked a lot of my friends as well. So they took offline coaching only because they knew that it will be strict on them then. They will not, miss the classes otherwise then. If they would have taken it online, they will be missing the classes then. They feel that way. And also in offline, some certain things you have to measure. Of course, the main thing is that in online, if you will be able to work, you will have to be very strict with yourself to attend the classes and listen very carefully, because the attention span goes away in online class very quickly, and it matters according to the environment in which you are studying as well. So according to that, and then in offline there is there is one drawback, that you will have to travel a lot, so that time also gets deleted from your day. So certain positives are also there about offline classes, and that is that when you see the entire, the environment of the class is there to study, and there are many people who you will see your competition working with studying with you, so you will get more motivated. And also there is you can ask doubts very easily to the teachers. So these are certain things that you should compare when taking online and offline coaching. And especially for the people who are studying in Delhi but are not from Delhi, and they, or in certain, any certain city, and they want to go on vacation to their home, they will have to make sure that their coaching gives them online classes till that time, for that period, and then only they should take offline classes. So these are certain things that you should see before deciding if you have to take online classes or offline classes.
Didi, you have taken the weekend batch as you have already told. So, like, why don't you have taken the weekday batch?
Because first of all, I had to take online only, that was decided. And now I did not take my weekly batch because weekly I had my colleges. Only on Saturday and Sunday I was completely free, so I thought I will study completely during that time from the classes, and then do the self study throughout the week. So that was the plan initially.
Alright, so now to move on from your, CAT preparation over to your experience at IIM Sambalpur itself. Like, could you tell us a bit about that? Like, how was IIM Sambalpur?
It was amazing actually. Um, like right now also I'm missing it a lot. The friends, the vibe, the college and everything. But when you enter MBA, like you grow up. It feels like you really grow up because MBA definitely teaches you to work under pressure or to you know shine like a diamond because you really get a lot of pressurizing situations. If you are doing if it is a residential MBA, residential program, then though this definitely happens. So when I enter, like when we enter into any MBA college, we have an induction, which is a 7 week, 11 day, sorry, 7 day, 11 day, or certain day period, wherein very rigorous tasks are given to the juniors. So I remember those days really. I was, it was so rigorous that for 7, 8 days we could hardly sleep for 2 hours or 3 hours. And we had to work regularly. We would be literally wearing our formals throughout the day. Throughout the day, we had to wear formals. We would eat our lunch, dinner in 15 minutes, not even get time for that because we were given many, many assignments from our seniors to and very very strict deadlines. So I remember those days I was like really reimagining and reevaluating that was it right, can I do MBA. Cut to today, very easily we can manage anything they give us. So, like, really, if you tell me today that I have to sleep for 2 hours and work the entire day the next day, it will be very much fine with me. So, this is the experience at IIM Sambalpur. And you live in a hostel, so that is whole together different vibe. Then you celebrate festivals with your friends. You There is a different relative grading system that happens. So we are not given 100%, 90%. It's not like that. We are given marks according to the topper of the class. So that relative grading happens. And then there are, the batch size, the batch age is very different. You will have people from 30 years of age to as young as 21 years of age. So there are different, diversity, full diversity is there. There are so many people like who will speak in their dialect of language. You have people from east, west, every city, every town. So it is very amazing. And after 1.5 years of my MBA, I can just say that I've just grown so much, and it feels like now I can handle anything.
That was great, Dee. The Everyone says keep studying in foreign is just a wow experience. Adding on to it, could you please elaborate your experience to SolBridge Korea?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Could you please elaborate your experience at
No,
SolBridge
no, the
Korea?
first part. What does everyone
That
say?
the studying in foreign is a wow experience. Not
It's a
really.
wow experience. Actually, it is
Okay.
because you know, if whenever you visit a country to as a tourist, you just visit the places and go back. But when you are actually coming here as a student, or just to stay here, you have the time to absorb the culture, understand the people, and visit places, more places, and also study. So one more thing is that when you are a student in a foreign country, you have the liberty and you have to interact with the professors there, with the you have the liberty to go into the institution of that country, which tells you about the education system of that country, which is again very, unique thing that you may not experience ever in your life again. So that is the thing, like, you can, when you are staying here, you will staying here in any country for a long time, you understand what are the perceptions of the people, how they think about something, and all that, so, which is really nice. And of course you grow so much because you are here all alone outside. Everything, anything that happens, you have to manage yourself, and so it's really nice.
So the just to add on to the two things you mentioned. So you said that initially when college started, like MBA, you had little to no time. Similarly, now that you're in Korea, like for obvious reasons, your entire schedule is just messed up. So how do you manage to maintain a work-life balance and at the same time retain hobbies? For example, you're a trained dancer. So how are you able to manage all of it all together?
So that's what MBA does. You have to manage. It really teaches you to manage. So what happens is that in the second year, we are a lot more free as compared to when we were in first year. And to, inculcate and to grow my hobbies, only I to joined the cultural committee of my college. So I was the organizing committee. This is cultural committee is the organizing committee, or to organize all the festivals like Onam, Diwali, Halloween, New Year party. So all of this we do. So while I was working in that committee and organizing the fests and other things and the festivals, it was, again, like, I would dance there for the festivals, perform there. So my hobby of dancing would fit in there. And then I joined that committee specifically because, it organizing it will give me fun, laughter, things, and a break from the studies from of MBA. So that is something strategic that I did to, get a break from MBA studies.
So moving along these lines, Dee, so let's have a bit of a light question now since we had a series of serious questions. So the last speaker we had, Sparsh Bhaiya, he told us that he would treat anime as a cheat day. Like whenever he would feel that he's nearing a burnout, he would just sit down for a whole day. He would just watch anime. So do you also have something like that? Like let's say for example, like a cheat day thing.
Yes, yes. We have. So I will literally take my vehicle, a friend who will drive it for me. I will sit beside him or her, and we will just go on long rides. So we are really blessed because Sambalpur actually, it is so luscious. It's so green. It gives, you know, it in the monsoon time or before that also, it gives very much of a hill station vibe. So that is something that we enjoyed in Sambalpur. Like when we drive for long drives, we have river on one side, lake on one side, trees on the other side, mountains there are there. So that would really help us to, rejuvenate ourselves. So some days when we really needed break, we would do that, and I would do that.
All right, that's like really good to know because I'm pretty sure that's something all of us here struggle with. So now the
Yeah.
like to move on to something which more generalized, what would you say like certain mistakes that maybe you found in your practice that you would want us as your juniors to prevent?
Yes, so the main thing was not giving mocks earlier, because it's very important. The paper pattern of all the papers is very different. So you have to train your brain to crack most of the papers so that you widen your, choices in the future. So not giving mocks is one of the major problem. And of course I did not attend classes. I was not very, you know I did not study very well. So if you really have to crack a good college, practice a lot for cat. That is the thing. And give mocks. So giving mocks is one of the things that I should. have done, and you should too.
So thanks a lot for that advice, Deep. So another thing that I wanted to ask you was, for example, even for me, I'm preparing for masters. Like thought really creeps in every now and then कि यार बाकी सारे एग्जाम्स को साइड में रखते हैं. Let's just focus on this one. Like let's just do all the mocks for that. Let's just practice questions according to that syllabus. So is that something you would recommend, or would you rather recommend कि you know what, like keep your preparation spread out, even if that removes focus from let's say one particular exam?
See, it completely depends on the time you have and the time you want to invest for examination or for MBA. Because in MBA, what happens is that majority of the colleges take CAT, right? So if you want to stick only with CAT, it's fine. But then the major big college like ZAT, IIFT, then you cannot go to those colleges. You with CAT you open only IIMs. But the major bigger colleges, which is ZAT and NMIS, Narsi Munji is there, then all the symbiosis ones. So they you will close your doors to them. So if you have less time, and if you really want, IIM brand or IMT Ghaziabad, many other colleges for that matter, MDI and all. So if you are fine with, taking that risk, then you can stick with one course, one exam, and you can really give your 100% in that. But if you have more time to invest, and you think that yes, I can do it, so you can try to take up one or two more exams and then start preparing for those as well. Because the main thing is majority of the paper is same, majority of the study that you have to do is same, but the paper pattern is completely different. And some things you have to work more, some study parts are more here and there, so that you have to work a little bit more. But majority what we are taught in CAT is there in major all of the exams.
So another thing that I really wanted to ask Dee was, for example, we have always say ki go for a college in the top 25 list, otherwise an MBA is not worth it. So for a lot of those institutes within the top 25, like I have seen that some of them don't really have, like they aren't as famous as the other institutes, but at the end of the day, they're still there in top 25. So do you think that the education itself is all that matters, or the tag, for example, let's say IIM or IIT, does that also end up mattering?
uh in MBA it matters a lot, I would say, because MBA is completely student driven, and the companies that come to recruit in MBA college is they come because of the brand and the students who study in that college. Now, and because of the alumni relations. So, if, say, for example, 50 years ago, right, there was someone who passed out of a MBA college. Now that person will be at such a higher position in some other company that he has, just by doing this, he can tell that company to go and recruit from his college. So, this is what happens in MBA. That is why the older the college is, the better the relations and the better the college becomes. That is why in MBA college, old is gold, that we really say, because of the relations of the company, the company relations. So, first of all, NIRF ranking or certain rankings are fine, but you do not have to stick to those only. But we already know, like majority of the colleges that are in India, people already know, or if you do not know, like you have to watch YouTube and understand that which colleges are really the best ones, which are the tier 2, tier 3 colleges, and then decide upon the thing. But yes, brand is very important for an MBA college, because I have seen many people leaving big college. Like I myself have left a very good college for an IIM brand. So it's, yeah, brand is important, I will say. But it is important in the long run. In the short run, the college which you are graduating from, that is important, because ultimately the placement that you will get is from that college. So the higher jump you take in the starting of your career, the better it will be.
Okay, Di. So we have our first question from an audience member. So Ridhe is asking, how did you manage to bag your summer internship at ICICI and what was the procedure for it?
So ICICI is the first SIP company that came to our campus, and I I actually got selected. So they decided, I had to submit my resume. We all had to submit the resume. So they decided upon, they had their own shortlist criteria for deciding which company and which students will be shortlisted. So ICICI only shortlisted certain students. After that, they had a GD round, and then we gave a interview round after that. So this was the entire procedure.
Also, the like, could you lay out what you actually learned from that internship? Because a lot of times, what we do in undergrad is, let's say we start to do an internship, only to later realize like, okay, it didn't really add as much value as we hoped it would add. So, could you explain on that? Like, how was it beneficial to you?
So first major thing that I learned was obviously understand the banking industry a little bit more. Then corporate relations I made little bit. Then market research I did, and they gave me a project which I completed in the 2 months time. Because so I basically had to do market research for that. Then certain softwares I had to use, the company's websites I had to use. So these things are what all I, gained. Majority gain was market research perspective, and drawing conclusions from it is what was majorly done. But I will always suggest that not doing any internship is better than doing some internship. If you have not done any internship till now, but also remember that if you have done 2 3 internships, do not take repetitive internships just for the sake of doing internships. Like, do not take human, if you are taking hiring wali internships, human resources. So if you have taken one, you have taken chalo one more, but that does not mean you will now take third, fourth, all in that field only, because it won't be adding to your qualities a lot. And internships are very important. That's true, because that one name, if you bag it in a very known company, that one name, if you put it in your resume, that I've done internship in Deloitte, I've done internship in this company, that adds value in the future also. So that you can bag.
All right. We have another question, Dee, from an audience member. They're asking, would you recommend is better to straight away pursue an MBA program after doing their undergrad, or to do a job for a few years, and then afterwards, if it suits them, they go for an executive program, or they just simply leave their job and then come into the MBA program.
So I will say that, you know you can go to first pursue your job and then do MBA, provided you will be able to manage job and your studies. Then it is the best way to go about it. Because first of all, when you have WorkX, it will add on to your cumulative score for the MBA shortlists. Secondly, you will have a better perspective about the corporate world. So you will be able to, grasp on the learnings in the MBA in a more better way. Thirdly, you will, after doing certain years of work in the corporate, you will again be able to live your student life. So you will cherish it more. You will really, value it more, and it will again come as a breakthrough. And then it will help you, MBA will, if you do it in the future, will help you to completely, transform your uh, domain, or give you a completely higher bracket of earning zone. So if you are, 100% sure that yes, you will be able to work in the future along with your job, then doing work X, doing work and job is better, and then doing MBA is the right way, I would suggest.
Thanks a lot for that answer, Dee. So another one of the audience members is asking, so what's your specialization in MBA?
Okay. So we do not, IIM Sambalpur does not offer any specialization. However, we can choose and bid the courses in the second year, and then have a major and minor formed. So currently, so earlier when I was in IIM Sambalpur, and had I done all of my full second year in IIM Sambalpur, I would have had majors in finance. But now, since I've come to Korea, uh, I will have a more of a general management altogether.
So the just as you mentioned the bidding program, could you like explain that to me? Because as someone who has no clue about it, like it seems really fascinating that you have to bid which courses you want to do, which teachers you want to learn from. Could you explain that?
Yes. क्या करेगा क्या तू जान के, तुझे एमबीए तो करना नहीं है. You don't
Audience,
have
the
to do MBA.
audience.
Okay, so it actually depends from college to college. Not every college has it, but majority of like major IIMs to as at least have it. And it is that they will give you your cumulative, you get your cumulative score of first year, and depending on that you get, so say for example my score in first year is 8 CGPA. So I will get 8,000, that will be multiplied by 1,000. So I will get 8,000 points to bid. Now, what happens is they have a software on which I have to add in the courses, that these courses I want to take in SEM 4, these I will take in SEM 5, these I will take in SEM 6. Now, certain courses, or actually majority of the courses, they have like say for example 80 people can only take this course, or 160 people can take this course, so they will have two sections, 80 and 80. So 160 people can take. Now if 80 are want to take and 40 are taking, it's fine. But if only 80 can take and 90 are taking, they want to take, then they start bidding on from those 8,000 points that they have. So they, like on the screen, we have the screen, we put 10 mark, 10 points we give. Then we will able to see that in 10 points, can we get that score, can we get that subject or not. So it is all visible on the screen. So slowly and gradually, we are economic students, demand supply, so slowly and gradually the points will rise because more people will bid, they will raise the bar because everyone wants it. So you will bid up to, you have a certain time also. Time is ticking and now you are bidding. So say for example now the bid has raised to 50, so you give 50 points, then 100 points. So in this happens until eventually the time only stops, because people keep on bidding. So what happens is you have to have your permutation combination set, because sometimes you have only 8,000 points from which you can bid. And 8,000 is also very much because majority of the people have their marks in 7 CGP or that, so they will have lesser marks, toppers will have more points. So that is the thing. So uh, you can bid. So you want to take such courses, like in out of the 8 courses that you want to take, maybe 3 are, you will have to bid for 3 courses. So you have to then allocate your points, that I will give 400 points to this, 500 to this. Then no, I can't take this course, I will have to replace that course. So this will happen. So after the first bidding round, they display that yes, you have got all these courses. Some people who could not back their courses, again one more round opens for them, so they can now select from the leftover courses, and then the final courses get decided. So it is a simple process. You may think it's very, like khatarnak or anything like that, but it's very simple and fun actually.
As fun as that sounds, the like I really just hope that this isn't implemented in undergrad programs. Uh, so that was really all from our side. The Do you have any general advice you want to leave these MBA aspirants with?
So, a major thing that I said is that, of course, you have to really keep on practicing, your maths, LRDI, VAR, actually everything. CAT is so much about practicing, and keep on giving your mocks. And from now only, keep on deciding if you want to give, what all courses, what all exams you want to give, like snap also, nmat also. If yes, then you have to give those mocks as well, start giving those mocks as well. If not, then completely remove those from your list, so that cut short of what all exams you want to give. And then planning and deciding what has to be done, and very importantly, simultaneously working on your communication skills, because that cannot be, you will not be able to hone over them in 1 month only. That will take a lot of time. An interview happens in all the colleges, so that also you have to crack in order to get into a good IIM, and actually in getting into any good college, and even further getting into any corporate job and anything. So communication skills also you should work upon. And you should not feel pressurized to use very amazing words while speaking. It just has to be very much fluent, that's all. So decide what all exams you want to give, and what all exams you are risking to lose, to not give. And then planning and regularly giving mocks. And then after giving mocks, rechecking what all you have done wrong and how that question has to be done right is also very essential. So that's all, pretty much.
All right. So now we'll be opening the chat and the mics of all the participants here in case you want to ask any questions to Shreya Di directly. So I believe all of you should have the access to it now. Yep. If anyone has any questions. All right. So let's just give it 10 seconds. I believe one of the participants is type. All right, Manya. Yeah. Go ahead. All right. So Mukul has a question. Could you like share your views on executive MBA programs?
Yes, so executive MBA is actually, it costs a fortune, and you should possibly be doing it after doing a lot of work ex, and after that only you can apply to good executive colleges and good executive MBA programs. So there also, if you want to get into a good executive MBA program, there also they see where all you have worked, what all have you contributed to that company, and all of that. So if you want to go into an executive MBA, you really should have quality work ex before that. So that is very essential. And if you are uh, like willing to continue growing right now and then doing executive MBA, that's also fine. But make sure that you have quality work ex if you want to get a good executive MBA program.
Uh, the next question is from Nishu. What is the right time to start preparing for CAT?
It actually depends. If you have, like, if you already know your maths, then you can start from April. June also is fine. But if only if you know maths basics, as in profit and loss, you know, you remember, and you know what is that trigonometry, you remember, or the angles that the diagram are drawn, and the angles that we have to take out, height, distance, these things, if you remember what all we were taught in 9th, 10th, and little bit part of 11th, 12th, then you can start late. But if not, you have to dedicate time, proper time. So you can start from 1 year ago also, and be consistent in working. And then also it's very much fine. It's all about consistency. The more amount of work you want, the more amount of time you can give, the later you can start. And if you want to take it slow, then you can start from very much ahead also. Like some people started from 1.5 years ago.
All right. So up next we have just one second, Manya. We have Riddhesh Doubt. He's asking what was the course that Navya, Amitabh Bachchan's granddaughter, was doing, where she only had to give her resume to get into the MBA program.
Yeah, I heard that. That is, I don't know, that is not MBA, that I'm sure of.
All right.
It was some other course. I also don't remember. I read it, but I don't remember which course it was.
All right. So Manya, you can ask your doubt now.
Very unrelated question, Deep, but are Korean people really racist?
Some of my teachers are like, really, they will, I means, this is what I've heard. I will maybe have a first hand experience on it when we'll get our marks. But they are not racist, as in, but some of the older generation, they may be, you know, they may not be very much open to you, because what happens is people here do not know English very much. So we have to talk to them in their language only. So we really, you know, use phone to type something in English and then convert it into Korean and then show it to them. So the older generation gets really, you know, pissed off at that time sometimes, because they're like, do it fast, fast, otherwise go, and things like that. But the younger generation is very nice. Like, when you are at a public place and you want to get you know, like, you are taking your pictures and your friend is taking your pictures, they will even, you know, come randomly and say, go, I'll take off both of yours. And so they are sweet in that way as well.
Uh, so I hope that answers everyone's questions. Okay, so Lakshay Panchal actually has a really, really long question. Just one second, let me go through it. All right, so Lakshay Panchal is asking, can you like tell about the scope of a master's in economics and compare it to that of an MBA program?
So I will say that scope for MBA is right now in India far more. than that of an MA program, MA in economics program. MA in eco, right? He's asking for MA in eco and MB, right?
Right.
Easily.
Yeah. So MA in eco is a great option, but you really, really should be in love with your economics. You should have, and mathematics. So like econometrics and all that you have studied, it all should be on your tips, literally on your tips, because you will have to do like market research, these things. So econometrics and all will be used, so it will be used in the corporate world, and you will be able to contribute only when you know all of this very well. Cut down to MBA. In MBA, obviously studies will not matter very much. Certain things that you can learn, like in MA Nico, you will have to learn entirely everything that is taught to you. That should be on your fingertips. In MBA, if you want to have operations by some career in operations, then you can learn operation softwares or things about that. If you want to do in finance, investment banking, then you can have knowledge about that. So that is the major difference. And obviously MBA opens many domains, but MA in eco is amazing only when you have everything on your fingertips, you have full knowledge about of it. And if you are very a genius, then you can do both. Do first MA in eco and then come for MBA. Like I really have one person in my college who is doing this.
Also, the Lakshya has one more doubt. Can you suggest some channels or websites for free preparation of MBA?
mm, I have no idea about that because I have not heard anyone doing it from YouTube. Who Someone who has uploaded the entire things. So for certain sections, some teacher has uploaded the videos. For certain sections, some teacher has uploaded. It's like that, and some sections are easier, in which you can take any general videos only. So any such free YouTube channels, I don't know as of now.
All right. Moving on to Mukul's question. The like, could you tell him about SAT and there any certain like tips to get full scholarships and the criteria for those scholarships?
What is
He's
SAT?
a SAT exam. He's asking about SAT exam.
What is SAT exam for? I
I
also
believe
don't know.
it's like along the
For
lines of
eco?
GRE, GMAT. No, no, not really. But I'm not really aware of it. But I feel that
Okay, it's for
wasn't
the
like really
foreign
considered. Yeah,
for to study for the foreign that.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have not explored those things, of course. But I think for them, you really need good English, first of all, I think. And yeah, I have not explored foreign options, so I don't know.
All right. So moving on to Krish Arora's question. I think it's either IMS or LMS. How would you compare that coaching center to time for MBA?
Hmm. So time is, it depends upon which faculty you are getting for time, because time, all of them, you know, like even two of my friends, we were studying together, but had different set of teachers. So for time, that depends. The test series is definitely better off the other coaching, because time, according to me, gives very much difficult questions, and which are not even asked in cat exam. So time test series and mock series is not as good as the other one, but the paper material and the way of doing and teaching of time will depend upon the faculty which you are getting, and that too the center which you are choosing. So for time, like Jhandewala is the best center. So if you are choosing that and if you're going to study there, then it's different. And if you want to study in, say, Rajouri, that is different. So that also varies for time.
Okay. The moving on to Hriday's question, he's saying ki like people doing professional courses like CA or CMA gets a exemption for like MBA. So that is true.
Exemption, I don't know, but you definitely get very good, like almost a clean slate then, because little different criteria. Some colleges may have that, but IIMs don't have that. They will just, this is something that you can talk to about in the interviews, that yes, I am doing this, and it will help you get additional marks. But otherwise there is not an altogether different criteria to get selected, at least not in IIMs.
All right. Thanks a lot for that answer, Dee. I believe we will have to cut it short now because since Dee is in Korea, I'm pretty sure it's around 1:30 to 2 p.m. for her, 2 a.m. for her. So let's cut it short now. Yep, dinner time. So thanks a lot, Dee, for giving us your time, and thanks a lot to
Thanks a
everyone
lot,
who
D.
wanted to join. So yeah,
Thanks a lot,
Yes.
D.
thanks a lot, Dee, and really learned a lot from your experience. मतलब एक बार को तो मन कर रहा था कि भाई एमए छोड़ो एमबीए करते हैं,
And
but like yeah, really thank you.
But now that you're choosing MA, study. Like get ready to study for MA.
Yeah,
You
Dee.
will have to
yes,
study a lot. That I'm sure of.
Yep.
Econometrics and everything. Don't get frightened. You will obviously do it, but because you like economics. So just study now.
All right.
Yes.
Riddhi,
And
we'll get you the answer to that question on the next episode. All right, if you
I
really
speak
want to
with
answer that quickly, the
you guys, carry on this good work, the website and all the best for the website in the future.
thank you, D.
thanks a lot, the
Thank you for having me. It was amazing. And enjoy your college life to the bestest. Really. Now that I am, my student life is about to get over in 6 months. I feel so sad. That is why you should always, keep reminding yourself that you're a student. You have to do that student wala fun also. And
Yes,
all the
yes.
best, everyone, for your future. If you have any doubts, we can always connect on LinkedIn, Instagram, WhatsApp, anything. And that's all.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks,
Thanks a
D.
lot, the Bye bye.
Okay,
Good night.
bye. Good night.